For you tonight on that fire Monday morning at an illegal campsite in Stratmoor Hills on the south end of the Springs. Well, that emergency shining a bright light on a bigger issue facing the Pikes Peak region, the growing cost of housing. Andy Koen following up. You spoke with some of those people who live in that campsite, Andy, as well with nonprofits who serve the poor and homeless in the Springs. What story are they telling tonight?
Well, Rob, the people who live here in the campsite did not wish to be interviewed for this report tonight, but they wanted the community to know they're not homeless. They own their campers and RVs. They've signed leases and pay rent to park them here. Monday's fire in Stratmoor Hills is a glaring example of the struggle to find an affordable place to live.
There have been an increase of car camping or staying in RVs or trailers on public property and sometimes private property. And I think it's directly correlated to the rising housing costs.
Beth Ralstad with Homeward Pikes Peak explained that rental costs have surged 25% in the past 3 years.
And for those on a fixed income, this extremely stresses a budget.
It's common for licensed campgrounds and RV parks to restrict the age of vehicles that use their facilities, often to about 10 years. So even though the campers here in Stratmoor own their own vehicles, they may not be able to find or afford a place to park them.
And then some of them may be barely movable. You know, they can like fix them and get them to a destination, but maybe that unit breaks down again and they can't move from place to place.
But parking them here isn't the answer. The property owner is facing land use and code enforcement violations over this campsite.
One bad use could affect a whole neighborhood.
El Paso County explained that illegal land uses can create serious health and safety risks, not just to those occupying a property, but to those living in surrounding properties.
My advice is to contact El Paso County zoning before any use is established, before time and money is put into developing a project, so you can find out what the requirements are and make sure that you're able to meet those requirements before establishing a use.
Which brings things back to where we started, the struggle to find an affordable place to live.
I would love for our community to start advocating for the increase of affordable housing. I know it's a frequent call that housing advocates like me make, but we do need to figure out a way to increase the number of housing supply for those on very limited incomes and fixed incomes.
And she says a recent housing report recommended that the Pikes Peak region add about 16,000 units for apartments every year. Earlier this summer, when I spoke with Regional Building, they told me there are 9,000 units that are permitted and under construction in Colorado Springs this year. Reporting live in Stratmoor Hills, Andy Koen, News 5.